It's still very early in the game when it comes to the Ontario line, but it's become very apparent for some downtown city councillors that they need to do more to make sure that they're being heard by Metrolinx when it comes to planning and construction.
A lack of community engagement and consultation and consideration from Metrolinx has resulted in some really hasty and problematic moves in the creation of this Ontario line project.
The latest evidence of Metrolinx forcing their hand today. Bigger machines to remove the bigger trees at Osgoode Hall for a future Ontario line station. After months of attempts by the community to find alternatives. So city councillors whose wards will be directly affected by the transit line have now taken it upon themselves to form a subcommittee at City Hall to find ways to engage, gather feedback, and make sure the provincial agency gets the message.
We know we need transit downtown. We're supportive of the Ontario line, and this is an opportunity for City Council to first and foremost listen to residents, hear from community stakeholders, and make some clear recommendations about engagement with the city and what that should look like from Metrolinx and the provincial government.
It's going to impact a large portion of my ward. And of course, resident associations, BIAs are all concerned. And I think, having this subcommittee in place and trying to work with Metrolinx will hopefully mitigate any problems that we may have.
Concerns regarding plans for the Ontario line have been brought up by multiple communities at different times over the last couple of years. Thorncliffe Park groups raised issues about the large rail yard for trains replacing local businesses and a mosque. Residents in Leslieville and Riverside rallied in an effort to keep the line from running above ground through their backyards, and parents with children at a school on Pape aren't getting answers about early work there.
We're building this space for Metrolinx to come and sit with us. We're not against Metrolinx. We actually want this Ontario line. We need the Ontario line. We need to make sure that it is built on time, is built properly.
Metrolinx has said in the past that it regularly engages with communities and takes feedback into consideration. But time and time again, residents and businesses come back frustrated and changes are rarely made.
We're hoping that Metrolinx listens, and I believe that it's in their best interest to be able to come to the table and for the provincial government to step up in the way that they absolutely should, and that as a public agency must.
The first meeting for the new Ontario Line subcommittee will be taking place in March. At that point, a report is expected to update the status, the timeline, offer more information on traffic and pedestrian management, as well as community consultation.